You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And welcome to a Coming Attractions episode. It is one episode before our 100th episode.
Wow.
And once again, don't count our episodes because then you would count to like 200 or something like that. And that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah, I don't know how the math works either. You worked it out. I don't know.
I got called out. People who are listening, they will hear me on Dueling Decades. I believe it was this past Wednesday's episode. If not, it's next Wednesday's episode. I'll post about it on the website. But I got called out. He's like, "How do you number your episodes?" And I was like, I only number the episodes of the movie commentaries, not the coming attractions. They come up as like 0.5s.
Right.
But then I don't number the bonus episodes either. So like when we do the Christmas episodes and the Halloween episodes, those don't have numbers.
Those are special ones.
They're specials. They're gifts for you.
That's when you worry about when you buy the whole season. You're like, is this one in there?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't count.
Yeah. So here's what you got to think. 100 movies, as of next week, 100 movies has been our show. All the rest, gravy.
Yep. Pure gravy. Pour it on top of that shit, yo.
And when you really think about like everybody else's episode lengths and stuff like that, you will realize that we're right up there. We're right on it.
We're right on it.
We're in there, in the pocket, in the pocket.
We're right up in the pocket.
Ew, what pocket? No, that's a prison wallet, I think you're thinking.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about, I think the most obvious one. We are in isolation right now
We're in
this
the booth.
mysterious place. Coronavirus taking over the world right now. I want to say fuck you, coronavirus, because guess what I was supposed to do next week? I was supposed to go to Disney World. And I'll tell you, the stress of...
The stress of not going to Disney?
No, not that. The stress of like the impending news. Like everything was like building up and building up.
Fuck,
I'm trying to not be stressed so I don't stress out Carrie or anybody else and like, oh God, we're gonna have to cancel, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, but we're gonna keep an eye on it. Cool. And then it was like, now this is closed. Okay, it seems pretty unlikely. It's like now they don't want more than 250 people. This is at the time. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a lot more than 250 people at a Disney. So
yeah, shouldn't be like your own personal park. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, and then they're like, don't go on like public, like planes and stuff like that, where there's just you breathing the same air as like the 400 people or whatever. Okay, cool. Yeah. You gotta take a plane to get to Florida, I guess, right?
I took the bus here.
Yeah.
The moment I walked on, I licked everything.
That's fine. That's fine. That's it.
And
you're feeling.
I like seeing Buddy on. I'm always freaking warm. I react. I like seeing Buddy on the news, and he was like under quarantine for coronavirus.
Yeah.
And his daughter is sitting in front of him, and he's like, "Yeah, we've been cleared." And he's hacking, and his daughter's just like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "What the hell?" Like,
oh my God.
She's like 5 or something, and he's just hacking all over her.
Well, what's worse is.
The hoarding.
Yeah.
Well, you should see what's happening in this country right now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, you've seen it in your country. This is where we got it from. Apparently, it all originally came from Australia. It was one news story in Australia about how toilet paper, like it's going to become a thing because I think it was because of China or something. There was going to be a shortage. Now people are buying toilet paper like it's never going to exist again. I should just order a bidet from
yes.
And just beat the whole system.
Yeah, well, you still gotta wipe though, right? Just use your hand.
I think
it's too much. Yeah. Whatever.
I'm just gonna get in the shower and hose it down.
The bad thing is that I'm always in a panic for toilet paper. I'm always in a shit panic.
Yeah.
So I always at all times run into the grocery store, knock an old lady over, drop kick the toilet paper aisle, roll around in it for a while, grab one, run out.
Yeah, and
now I look like I'm in a panic, a coronavirus panic, when generally I'm just in a shit panic anyways.
That's just anxiety from diarrhea. It's its own thing.
I get diarrhea from anxiety, and I get anxiety because of my diarrhea.
It's, you remember
no.
Chris Isaac's songs Wicked Game?
Yes,
that's what it's about. It's not a love. It's not a love song, and that's because I know because I've shit in a stall next to him, and whenever he has hard diarrhea, he goes, I want to fall in love, but he can't fall in love because he's too busy shitting
with
nonstop.
poo.
With poo. Exactly.
Chris Isaac. We should redo that video. Oh my! I'll be the lady on the beach. You can be Chris Isaac.
I was just gonna try and grab dibs on Sandy Beach Lady, but I guess you won. I spent too much time trying to construct how I was going to describe her, so that's on me. So this is how you become Chris Isaac, folks, by not being quick enough on the ball. Right. But I want to talk about there's some celebs obviously who have gotten the coronavirus. Tom and Rita. They're in. I think that they're being the best possible
like spokespeople
for like surviving it and like just like, hey, it's happening and we're doing fine. Everybody's nice here and it's gonna be great. Don't worry about it. You know, that kind of thing.
Gonna be great.
Then we got the news. So literally, and this is a part of my stress. So the day that Disney closed, I'm at the dentist during like the afternoon. I am watching cancellations of things like it's going out of fucking style. So the NBA had been canceled the previous day. The NHL was canceled while I was sitting there getting my teeth cleaning. MLS was canceled while I was sitting there getting my teeth cleaning. MLB said they were going to be putting forth an announcement as to a delay in their schedule while I was sitting there. And then they announced that Justin Trudeau and his wife were being tested for.
They don't have it?
No, his wife does.
No, neither of them have it.
Yeah.
He just needs an excuse to be like, I'm going away. Like, he is unbelievable. King Wienerbag.
Yeah. Well, he's still having to, like, make statements and all that shit. So
he just wanted to go away so that he doesn't have to talk about the railroad, people blocking. He's like, I can use this as an excuse not to say anything.
Yeah.
What a punk ass.
Anyways.
I am starting, the two of us are starting a lemonade stand on the side of the road that sells 1 square of toilet paper on the side of the highway. And lemonade.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
It's good for the electrolytes from all the shitting you're apparently doing.
Exactly.
Gotta
fear
rehydrate.
shitting. But okay, I want to say though that it is a real thing.
Yes.
And I heard that in Italy that like if you were above 80, they are literally just like, see you later.
Yeah.
And I feel really bad for that whole thing.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Well, because they I was reading about it and hearing about it, they've been talking about flattening the curve, and it's basically about the more actions we take, all these social distancing things, all these other things, the more actions that we take, the less people will get it. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get it 100%, but it means you're less likely to get it. And that means there's less people clogging up the freaking hospitals.
But conscious of things as well, like washing your hands.
Yep. Not coughing directly into your hand 12 times since the podcast began. Things like that. Cheers.
This is what you do right here. You immune yourself from the inside out. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out, baby. My immune system's like a roach motel.
Yes.
It's just hot booze
and full of
citrus
roaches.
And cockroaches.
Tons of cockroaches.
They love it in there. They don't want to leave. That's why nobody leaves.
It's because every time Todd hears about the Joe Rogan podcast, he thinks he's on Fear Factor and he starts to eat roach. He's like, shit. He's got a box of Madagascar hissing cockroaches at the ready, just like chop.
Next to my sandwich.
Yes.
You never know when it's going to throw down with Joe Rogan.
And, well, it's nice, too, because his sandwich is like a screensaver at his house. It's moving around amongst all the cockroaches.
Boo. Right? Like, boo, boo. Oh, there it goes.
This is a great day. But the one I didn't mention, Idris Elba officially has it.
That's right. I just saw that as well.
And a guy who is part of the Fast and Furious universe being a part of the thing, and then Fast and Furious was delayed a year. I don't know why they went that far. I think
they want everybody possible to show up at the movies and watch this film.
But you know what I respect way more? The good people at Universal. And this is weird because that's a Universal movie. They released a bunch of their movies on demand, or are releasing a bunch of their movies on demand that are theater. Like
that's crazy.
Invisible Man, The Hunt, and Trolls World Tour. Like that's
they really.
Oh, I mean, what?
It's it was good of them, but I mean, like this is one of these. Like here, take our Well, The Invisible Man looks like a good movie. To be honest with you, it looks cool. I really want to see it. Yeah. But I heard it. I thought it was going to be like the big ones. I was like, whoa, like aren't they going to make any money off the, but that's a funny thing too, because that's just like, is that really a necessary thing? Like, is it so bad? Like if they don't release their movies on VOD?
Yeah, no, here's the thing. If they don't release their movies on VOD, their movies will be released in theaters and make no money because nobody's
there. Why release them then?
Well, that's the thing. So are they just going to back it off forever and then go against every movie that waited to come out?
That's what I totally thought of it. I was like, man, when this whole thing ends, the theater's going to be packed with like so many killer movies like fighting it out.
Yeah, and I think that's silly for a lot of people. It's just like, hey, okay, like Universal, like Invisible Man, it made its nut already.
Right. I was going to say
just,
that.
Boom, get it out.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
And like Trolls, if like nobody's taking their kids to the theaters right now, not a chance. So guess what? Hey, we'll bring it to you. You can get it from us this way. Boom, done. A great idea.
I think I don't disagree with it, but
yeah,
you know, it sounds like, you know, they're like, oh, this is something we should do, you know, this is, you know, but we're all going to be at home shitting nonstop because of the coronavirus. So I do need things to watch.
Well, and that's what people are doing. Like Disney Plus is really they released Frozen 2 early on Disney Plus, and
that seems really fast for them. Actually,
very fast because it literally just came out on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
and and what is it? Rise of Skywalker just got released on digital. What else?
I saw something.
What'd you see
on the websites?
Yeah,
is Han Solo alive?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've seen the movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't come back in Rise of Skywalker.
He's in Rise of Skywalker. He's not alive.
It's a flashback.
It's an illusion, not a flash.
Okay.
It's like a hallucination.
Okay. Because I was like, what? They were like the Return of Han Solo. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. No, what happens is you see Kylo Ren's down in this like deep pit on that planet that blew up, and then all of a sudden he just lands on his feet and he's like, whoa, that's been falling for a long time.
He just made it.
Yeah.
He just made it, yeah.
He's like, hey, didn't this planet blow up already?
That's out on DVD, right?
No, on digital it's just came out or it's just coming out.
Oh, okay, because I haven't seen it yet. I guess
so it's gonna be on Blu-ray soon.
Okay, I thought maybe now once I was saying it, I was like, has that movie been out for a year? What day is this?
I had to talk to my dentist. He's like, that movie was such a piece of crap, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
that's
whatever.
His opinion.
And that's I was like, I enjoyed it. I had fun. Like, what the hell? It's like, was it as good as The Last Jedi? No. Did it have flaws? Yeah. Do they all have flaws? Yeah. So fuck off.
I think that you take it too easy on them.
I
understand like being like, okay, buddy, like come on, right? But I think you're too lenient.
I don't think it's a matter of lenient. I think that literally everybody else is only looking for shit to
the
pick
flaws,
apart.
right?
And I'm not.
That's not a bad point.
And I'm not looking for them. I'm just like, hey,
you just want to sit there, enjoy a movie,
beginning to end. Did I enjoy myself? Yes. And then I was like, yeah, I can sit there. And then you're like, hey, what didn't you like about the movie? I've got a list, but that doesn't make me like not. Like,
I think that every movie is pretty good because like I'm eating popcorn.
Yeah.
I'm drinking pop.
Yeah.
But like pop.
But go
this guy, eh?
Oh, I have been off pop for 7 days. I will be drinking one today because
you will see in this episode he will eat my face off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's probably I think if you leave pop, well, I've never left pop long enough. Like this is pop that's been sitting in my so I'm not gonna like open it up and it turns into bath salts like straight up.
It could totally be bad. I don't think pop lasts more than 3 days.
I don't think so.
It's like open yogurt.
I've always open mayonnaise on the heater, but but all the cancellations and stuff too with all this bananas. So like so many TV shows have stopped production. I mean they're doing the responsible thing because of like, you know, grouping like 200 some odd people plus an audience plus whatever in a small space. Yeah, I get that. But I guess a lot of shows are going to be going without season finales this year and things like that.
Good. Waiting longer.
A lot of shows that shoot abroad and that have stopped. Movies too. The Batman has stopped production
for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, it's not a long one, and or 2 weeks for now because a lot of the places might be potentially like lengthening those outages and stuff like that, but that's not here yet. And then also, what else has done? Fantastic Beasts 3 was supposed to start shooting. Right. That's being put off, and
I heard that Johnny Depp was like somehow being talked about being the Joker. And if that's true, there's too many Jokers happening right now. I would lay off the Joker.
I would say. You're not allowed to have another Joker for 10 years.
Yeah, like man, it's been too.
No, I don't think so because like Colin Farrell's going to be
Penguin.
So you got Penguin. I mean, you still got Riddler to deal with.
So many bad guys for Batman to deal with. Man, there's something stuck.
He's gonna be fine. This is a great time. See, the thing too is I get a seasonal cough. I get it around the beginning of November and it stays until about like May. It's just how it happens with me. So when I'm sitting at work and I'm coughing, everybody's like looking at me like this is the one every single time, right? I'm just like, I'm so sorry. But it is what it is. We just have to deal with it.
Yes, it is.
But yeah.
There's no reason in looking at any news.
Yeah.
All of my news sources, wrestling, entertainment, movies, everything is like, this movie was postponed, coronavirus. I'm just like, there's no point. Read a book.
Yeah.
This is the time now to be productive, to read a book, to write something, to call your aunt that you haven't spoken to in forever. Like make this time something good.
Respectfully disagree. Binge listen to miscast commentary.
You know what? I take back what I said. If that's the alternative, then yes.
Yeah.
Do that. Don't listen to me. Do that one.
Yeah. Go back. Listen. I will send anybody who takes a picture of like a screenshot of their phone or something, them listening to our podcast with like the hashtag miscast corona. I will send we'll have like a draw and I'll send you a t-shirt or something.
That warmed my cockles.
The best part is I knew what I was gonna do. Like you started building, and I'm like, oh, I know how this is gonna go.
That's the best one. That's the best way to do it.
Oh man,
it just comes to you.
Yeah, but I'll tell you my favorite thing about coronavirus so far: the traffic.
It's beauty.
Oh my god, I'm getting. I'm a commuter.
Loving it. The environment is loving it.
I'm a commuter, and it is just making it there. And who?
Are they just holding hands?
Who's they?
Sorry, I'm just watching this.
We have Lego Masters playing on like silently in the background.
Pounds.
Yes, yeah, they're just.
They could build real bridges out of Legos.
They could. You know, they legit built. They made like proper building bricks out of Legos.
Oh,
that
yes.
like lock.
Yes.
And so you could
they did a whole study, and it was like they looked at the conductivity or whatever of like heat and everything with the and now they're going to start making bricks like Lego bricks.
And they should.
Yeah, because they interlock together. Yep. They said you could literally make your house out of Legos.
Well,
or make the walls, you know.
You don't need like the mortar and stuff like that. And the thing is like the bricks that I've seen, like the
I never think of this before.
Like I don't know. Well, they did just this big.
But in a much smaller and funner scale, I guess.
But yeah, it was the ones that I saw as an example. They had a thing, and then they had a little teeny lock on one of them, so it locked it into place. But then you could literally, but unlike with the mortar system where you'd have to like chisel it all away.
Mordor.
Yeah, Mordor. And do all that shit. You had you could literally just unlock it, take it apart, and completely rebuild an area. You could reshape an entire corner. It's
amazing.
Of your house.
It's just an amazing idea. But then you'll have to I wonder if that was a thing where, when it becomes a thing and your house is essentially real life Lego blocks and you want to take apart this bedroom and make one over there, would you have to call the man and be like, hey, zoning and blah, blah, blah? Like, now I'm taking this part of my house and moving it. You know what I mean? Is this going to be a big... I guarantee you it will. It will be.
Well, no, I would say, there are still rules as far as, you can't build a building this close to another building or stuff so there's things that you would probably have to fall within. So you'd have to have somebody come and inspect and say, yeah, this still falls within whatever. It's still a building code.
And in the beginning, too, it'll be Lego masters that are now building inspectors.
Yeah.
And they will be training new Lego masters.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's amazing. The future is amazing.
I don't like the lack of color. It's just that sort of thing.
What the shit?
But yeah, I mean, what else is... The thing that's going to be crazy, though, is I think some seasons of sport are just going to be suspended altogether. I saw a really interesting thing, and this is just kind of a pro-Canadian thing. After every time a Canadian team wins a major sporting thing, the next year, that sport is canceled. When
okay, give me the biz here.
When the Blue Jays won 92 and 93 World Series, 94 strike, the season was canceled. After the Leafs won I think it was their last Stanley Cup. The next Stanley Cup was canceled. That's a little bit of a different story because, like, you got Montreal, you got a lot of other Canadian teams that were winning and stuff like that. But either way, it falls into this paradigm.
Right, exactly.
And
it
now
needs to be explained.
And now the Toronto Raptors win, and the NBA season has been canceled. Well, right now it's
great too.
They were doing really well. They were
great. This was
what is going
Did
on?
You hear that?
Yes, and literally, I just edited the episode that we're doing for next week, and literally, you did the exact same thing.
Like, there's things going on in there.
I think what you need to do is like put like a small fish down there, so whatever's down there can fucking eat and stop you growling at you. Right? Like, Jesus.
I went to the gym. I was gurgling.
Yeah. So what else do we want to talk about?
Like so volatile.
Yeah. So I want to talk. I want to talk about, or stop talking about a bad thing with an upside, like being traffic and stuff like that. Just talk about a horrible thing with an upside in that he got 23 years of prison. Harvey Weinstein.
And then he suffered a heart attack, they say.
Always.
Of course, he shows up when he has to show up for court. He's like, I'm so pathetic. How could somebody so broken down and pathetic as me molest all these women for so many years?
Well, it was like that Ken Lay dude. He fucking died. After he
I don't think he's going to last very long in there.
No, I don't think so either. Which is why I was okay with 23 years. But then if anybody wasn't okay, I guess 29 was the maximum he could get for the charges that he had.
What if he was a young man?
Well, that's the thing. And
it's fuck like
the things. It was based on the things he was found guilty of. It's like they all have maximum sentences and stuff like that.
The amount you can slap on there.
So that was it. But then if anybody's not happy with that, he still has another trial coming. He has 4 counts of sexual assault in LA he has to answer for still. So he can get further sentences on that, where it would be, okay, you've now been sentenced to this. So once you're done at Rikers Island, you're being moved to our prison for an additional however many years.
He's not. How old is he now? 60 or something?
He's in his 60s.
He's done. He's going to be done anyways because somebody. I was going to say one of the celebrities would have paid somebody. Nobody has to pay anybody anything. Once the moment he gets in there, they are going to fucking waffle stomp his ass.
Yeah.
And shove his remains down like the holes of the shower drain.
I mean, did Oz teach us nothing else? The man is Jewish. He's going to get stomped pretty bad. There's a lot of Nazis in prison.
It's true. It is true.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. Maybe that's not true anymore. Maybe because of Oz. That was you.
Yeah, it was. No, I didn't do it.
So there's justice there at least.
Yeah.
And then what's her name got in trouble because she said something super hot. What's her name?
She said something super hot?
Beckinsale.
Okay, Beckinsale?
Beckin Vampire. What's her name? My God. Has she had surgery? Or is she just like...
I don't know.
If she is a real vampire.
If she has had surgery, it's been very mild shit to maintain instead of like... But like, if she's had surgery, she's doing it right.
I thought I hated that heroin-looking motherfucker worse than ever from SNL. What's his name? Pete?
Oh, Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson. I thought I hated him, but once I found out he banged her, I was like, oh, God.
He's going through a list, man.
I know. I hate him so much out of jealousy.
3 people. I don't think anybody interrupted these 3 people. There may have been somebody in between. Ariana Grande, Kate Beckinsale, Cindy Crawford's daughter.
Dear.
Who is every bit as hot as Cindy Crawford was.
He's on like a John Mayer run.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
That's great.
He's fucking killing it out there.
Oh, give it up. Give it up for him, man.
A long time ago, I would have paid money to smell John Mayer's penis. Now I'll smell his.
Yeah, I'm not going to risk it.
He does look like he just did heroin, though.
Yeah.
He looks like he just woke up from like the YMCA next to Lionel Hutz.
He seems like one of those guys who would do like awful things to the girl. Like afterwards, like she's asleep, and then he takes like naked pictures of her and sends them to a biker magazine and like stuff like that. But then everybody likes him anyways, type thing. I don't know. That's just the only thing I can picture.
Well, it was like the same thing with John Mayer, where every person knew that he was like a dirtbag, but no one gave a crap.
You remember that on biker magazines? You'd open up a back of a biker magazine, and it was some like fat old mama with her big saggy boobs out, sitting on a motorcycle. It's like this is my old lady on my hug, not my real hug, if you know what I'm saying. But like this was the same fucking line every time, right?
I was on a boat.
Yeah.
And there was this dude, and he used to always.
Oh no! I was looking.
Tales from the sea.
That's what I was trying to do.
So I was on So I was out in the frozen wastelands of Game of Thrones, and oh wait, no,
2 podcasts.
So I was at on this boat, and I went to this bar, and I can't remember the friggin' name of it. It's in like Welland or something. It's right along the canal. And I go and I have some drinks, and then as I'm walking in, I can just hear the guitar being played, and somebody is destroying this guitar like in the best way. I was like, holy shit. And I walk in, and it's a little kid playing guitar with some band. But anyways, as I left, I grabbed a couple of biker magazines that they had, like as free magazine things.
Oh, nice.
And in the biker magazine was not only that woman you described before with her titties out, but was the cook of my boat I was currently on. He was that woman. No, but they were both in it.
That's funny.
And I was like, I didn't even see it at the time because I just grabbed them. And as I was like reading, I was like, hey there, what the fuck? And he had said before that he cooks for these things because his dad's a biker. And I was just like, what the shit? Like,
God, that's bananas. Yeah. That is bananas.
Yeah, what a small world, eh? When you love biker titties.
So we took a moment to talk about Fast and the Furious.
We did.
But we need to talk about an important part of the Fast and the Furious.
The Asian guy that died?
I'm, no, not that, because he's back. Justice for Han. Hashtag Justice for Han.
Like what?
Yeah.
What justice? So he's alive.
That's the big thing now, because people were going like Justice for Han, but then they're like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's like, what justice? There is your justice. He's alive.
Huzzah! So now move on. Justice for Gal Gadot. Where's she at? She got killed.
I can't wait for that movie. I'm really jazzed for that Wonder Woman movie. Once I start riding the lightning, woo.
But we got to talk about a real superhero movie first. We got to talk about Bloodshot.
Yeah.
That movie is tanking, and of course they're blaming the coronavirus. This movie was never going to make a dime.
Oh, that's right. Vin Diesel does 2 movies a year. One's a Fast and Furious.
This was the best
other
insight.
one's a piece of shit that belongs on like the Sci-Fi Network.
I honestly think...
The Last Witch Hunter, Bloodshot...
Do you think he does the second one to be the tax write-off for the first one?
It probably is. That's a great idea.
I don't have to pay taxes because I did the Last Witch Hunter.
Understandable. That's called the what's his name? The Nicolas Cage effect. That's what that's called. I do that thing every day. Every
do
time
that again. I didn't get to look at it.
From 60 Seconds to the car rally. What the fuck was the name of that
Gone
movie?
in 60
That's
Seconds?
the one. He does that. I do it every time before I put my headset on at work. I go, and then I take calls. Just like that. Just like that.
It's the tradition.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't even know where to begin with that. No, but the point we were trying to make, we were trying to transition back to Vin Diesel, because he said something interesting this week.
I was like, what? I wasn't trying to, but now, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my fuck.
So he has made the claim that the famous last ride scene in Fast and Furious 7, which was the scene where he's driving at the end and it's his dumbass voiceover talking about family.
You know how much family means to Vin.
Groot is family. You get it.
That was exactly the sound.
That was basically it.
The movie,
but it's when they did that like CG'd in Paul Walker, and it's like them like smiling at each other one last time before they take off in different directions, and
one being death, the other being life.
I think so. I couldn't read the road signs from the helicopter angle, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
But he has claimed that movie or that scene is the greatest scene in the history of cinema.
You must have said it just to get, like attention or something. It's amazing.
I don't believe
the
that
greatest scene in cinematic history.
Because he has said something before, and I want to like bring it up.
I love the fact that like this is why people like don't get along with the guy. Because clearly he believes he is Bloodshot.
Oh my God.
Like, and you always notice he always plays like this non-stop, you can't kill this guy. He's such a badass.
All right, I'm going to try and find the clip to play, and I'm going to plug it in here.
Not only is it obvious that there's a fantastical element to taking whatever action heroes you got on the table in your era, and potentially the 2 biggest ones, and the 2 guys that represent formidability, and put them together. That's fun for any audience member. That's just That's fun for cinema. That's a big. The fact that there's that fight scene between Dom and Hobbs is an event in cinema, let alone just the Fast and Furious. That's just too juicy.
If it didn't happen, then that was just an embarrassing moment.
Exactly.
But
it's a weird pause.
Yeah, but he's made those claims before though. Like he's like with the whole thing with The Rock. He's like, that's important in cinema. Like he always keeps acting like this is gonna
cinema.
He said that Fast and Furious 8 was gonna win the Oscar for Best Picture. Like
it came pretty close.
Yeah, it almost made the top 10, except it didn't.
So close.
And but it's just
he's gonna blame the coronavirus.
Oh, of course he is.
He's gonna be like, yeah, this movie would have been great. They love me. Look at what the Fast and Furious is doing.
Do you remember the Mariah Carey movie Glitter?
That's all I think about.
You would remember it even more if it wasn't for 9/11. Because that movie bombed because it came out the week before 9/11.
The truth of this is now we can say it because time has gone over. 9/11 happened so that Glitter would bomb at the box office.
Loose
change.
This
whole thing.
Yeah,
that's
the Look, go rewatch that YouTube documentary, and you're gonna find a lot of glitter related hints in there.
Glitter hints. I just thought of it, so I have to say it. Recently, Alex Jones has been busted because apparently he has, what was it, a hand sanitizer or something that cures all diseases or something?
His most recent thing is a toothpaste that
cures AIDS.
It said every disease within the SARS and Corona like spectrum.
What? I wonder how much money he made.
Probably
billions.
If you knew the exact number, like you could guess billions and kind of giggle, but if you knew the exact number, you would kill yourself.
Oh my god.
It's that kind of
for real.
number.
Like I don't know.
I don't know what the number is, but I guarantee whatever the number is, you're you just would instantly lose faith in humanity and just end it. Like you would just in A Million Little Things, when the guy at the very beginning of A Million Little Things literally just stands up on his balcony and just hops off. And that's the end for him. That's what you would do. Just joyous.
What is that?
A Million Little Things, that TV show.
Oh, okay. I thought that was that book where the guy, and then Oprah yelled at him because he was lying. And the guy goes to rehab.
No, because this is fiction, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so was his. That's why Oprah's pissed.
That's true. Oprah was pissed. That's a very good point.
All the little things. Who's in that show?
I don't really know any of their names, so let's not follow up.
That's
on
not
this.
then. Right.
That's something I wanted to talk about just because, again, we have the TV on in the background. It just popped up. I want to say fuck you to the guy, what's his name? Rudy Gobert from the Utah Jazz.
Fuck that guy.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay, great.
Because he tested positive for COVID-19. I'm not saying fuck him for being testing positive. I'm saying fuck him for only days before going like, oh, it's all such a joke. And he was literally touching all the microphones of all the reporters. He's been known to go around in his locker room and lick people's stuff or put his hands on people's stuff and do it. And he was like, look, you're all going to get corona. You're all going to get corona. And guess what? He gave somebody fucking coronavirus on his team. And he is actually the reason that the NBA shut down for the season. Because they were had somebody not had the virus,
why would you even do that even as a joke?
Because some people are just look how everybody's overreacting to everything, blah blah blah.
So you go the exact opposite way.
So
and then do that, which will then give people the whole thing.
Yeah, so Donovan Mitchell was the other guy on the Jazz who did that. He tested positive right after they played the Raptors. So then the Raptors were all forced to go into self isolation, through all.
Is the All-Star game on right now?
No, the season's done.
Oh, that must be an old one or something.
The All-Star game was a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay, because I saw it was on the TV at the gym there, and I was like, oh, this is still happening. I was like, oh, I'm surprised.
It's still a thing. The rules are all weird and different, and it's I think Kevin Hart's coach of one of the teams. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's all some kind of nonsense. What else do I want to talk about? A couple other little things I wanted to talk about before we talk about next week's movie. Greg Daniels, creator of King of the Hill, creator of the U.S. Office, creator of Parks and Rec, has a new show coming out.
Nice.
The trailer just came out for it. It's called Upload. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. And the idea of it, I just heard it too because he was on Office Ladies, and I listened to that podcast. But which is a great one if you want to listen to one.
Office Ladies.
It's Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey from The Office,
Oh,
and
my
they
God.
go episode by episode, like what we're doing with Game of Thrones. They're doing for The
Oh
Office.
my God! You know what? I don't think I'd ever wanted to watch a podcast before.
Yeah,
But
well, you
this
can't.
one I might watch.
You gotta listen.
Oh,
Well, you
I'll
can
watch the listening.
Yeah, yeah. You have synesthesia, so you can see what you hear.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you've never heard of synesthesia?
I can see what I hear.
Yeah, well, no, synesthesia is your senses mix things up. So you could like smell a color.
It sounds like
You
sinister
could-
something.
Yeah.
Synesthesia.
Yeah, but like you would see blue and you would have a specific smell to blue, and you would have, like you would hear like you
Is that
would,
when you take Viagra?
yeah, a little bit. And like and you would look and you would like see a bird and you would hear like a ringing or like it's
Hey,
a
opens his
bunch
mouth
of
and the
crazy.
phone rings. You're like, oh, it's happening.
I just don't know how to work my phone. That's that's synesthesia.
That's sinister.
And
Amnesia.
every time I look at blue things, I fart. So that's what that was.
Farts blue.
So anyways, it's a cool idea. It's basically the idea that you can upload your consciousness into this like computer program before you die. And then this takes place inside that program.
Oh,
so,
neat.
But the thing is all the major companies have property inside this, so you can like be at the Google hotel or the Facebook hotel.
That's a neat idea,
so
actually.
So I think that one's going to be a
Greg
pretty
Daniels
neat one.
is the fucking man. Look at the guy's track record.
Hitting home
Holy fuck,
runs
that's all he does.
nonstop. And something you probably didn't even know, Greg Daniels was Conan O'Brien's writing partner through college and Saturday Night Live.
No
and
way.
And The Simpsons.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they were like a package deal at the time.
Oh, no way.
Yes, so like he is tied to literally everything we've ever liked, pretty much.
He's like that, one of the strands of my entire world that, I just never even knew, really.
Well, it also answers a big question because I don't know if you know this too, a lot of Conan interns were on The Office. John Krasinski was an intern for Conan. Angela Kinsey was an intern for Conan. Ellie Kemper was an intern for Conan. I think Mindy Kaling was also an intern for Conan. And they all end up on this. Well, where does he hear?
Weird, right?
Where does he hear from them?
Where did they find these people?
Yeah. Well, I don't think of it as like a conspiracy. I just think
do.
that it's a wonderful way of
It's all a fucking
networking.
conspiracy.
Because I would love to have that.
It's like nepotism of the highest order. Makes me sick.
And then speaking of another person who makes a lot of like hit TV shows and stuff, Damon Lindelof, who just recently did Watchmen, and he did The Hunt, which is out right now.
How that is, I'd like to watch that actually.
Watchmen, I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
And then but you know Star Trek, all the things he's involved in. He said he's very open to the idea of doing a Marvel movie, but says if he was to do, never mind. That was in stuff from another one. He does want to do a Marvel movie though, and he'd be very excited to be kind of a part of all that. And like, there's nothing kind of written in paper or something like that. But he's a guy who has the kind of track record that like they would certainly want to hunt him down, especially because they're like losing people right now. Like the Russos are done with their thing, and
they want to move on. Oh, I understand the Russos. My God.
Yeah, they've put in their time.
Exactly. Like you
it.
did it, man. You did it, and now go to greener pastures.
Yeah, you now just go make friggin' indie movies about like punching your wife. Like whatever. I don't know. I don't know what you do after
That
Endgame.
should not be an indie movie. They should put real money behind that idea.
That's a $300 million movie.
Real good idea.
We're gonna really punch Meryl Streep in the face.
She is a method actor.
Yes.
If her character is supposed to take a punch, she's gonna take it.
And
like
we're
a champ.
gonna hire Method Man to be the husband because he's also method, and right.
Like
so method that he spells it every time.
Yeah, well, I was like, wow, you picked the black guy to beat up Meryl Streep.
Nope.
Huh?
No, I did it because he's method.
Man.
Yeah.
I love that tune. Method Man's the man.
H-O-D, man.
M-E-T-H-O-D. Wu-Tang for life. Woke. Wu-Tang.
I like a certain group of rapping farmers. The Moo-Tang.
This is amazing. We should be the Moo-Tang.
We're the Moo-Tang clan. And
It's
we're
all
here.
about... What wasn't that milk... Yeah, we just think about milk.
Make America great again. Make America great again.
Moo? Like the kids version,
yeah.
Or like the fucking what are they called?
Like the
Wiggles,
kitty,
or
the
like
kitty pops. Oh,
yeah, like the kitty
mini,
pops,
the mini
or
pop kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. But Damon Lindelof, I'm not done with him. They asked him if he would ever be interested. I know. They asked him if he'd ever be interested in doing a Star Wars movie. He's like, I'd love to do a Star Wars movie. He's like, but like 10 years from now, so nobody can blame me for ruining it. And I was like, that was the best quote, because it's 100% true.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. And like George Lucas, anybody he's spoken to who's directed it, like I know he had conversations with Ron Howard and stuff like that, and J.J. Abrams and stuff prior to going in. I was like, and he just basically said, don't worry about what they're going to say, because they're going to tell you that it was garbage. So don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So that was that.
It's true. Wow, is that ever true, eh? Oh, well, fucking, what's his name? Lucas ruined it way before anybody else could have ruined it. So, you know.
Well, and that's the thing.
Be blamed.
Yeah.
Don't touch your face, your mouth.
Yeah.
Or your nipples.
Or your eyes.
Or anything.
We're gonna, like, everybody in my house is gonna die because of fucking Todd. Like he's literally broken every rule since he's been sitting next to me, including sitting next to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the number one right there.
Yeah. We should have just split screened at the very least.
Oh
even though
that would have been awesome.
We could have split screened.
Which way
even though we
do
were
it,
still
like this way or like this way.
Oh, it'd go this way. It's not like a video game.
No, I think it would be way more awkward. It would make much more sense to do it this way, so we should go that way.
Well, so I'd have to be like, hey,
no, we would just be like.
Oh,
instead of it being like,
you want to like mess with the aspect ratio. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, why not
mess with the aspect ratio of life?
We're gonna turn. This means nothing to the people who are listening, but the people who are watching.
Watch me.
Yeah, you can always watch the Coming Attractions episodes on YouTube. Do that shit. If you don't mind, do both. We could really use the hits.
Why can't we just watch Hell Comes to Frogton every episode?
Right?
God. I can't stop thinking about how awesome the movie was.
Next year we'll do one of the other ones.
Okay.
That we haven't seen.
That sounds good. We have to. We should make it a thing.
And we'll do it sight unseen. Yeah. Neither one of us having seen it before. We'll just go. That
sounds great.
All right.
That's a great idea.
Another video that came out, kind of going back to coronavirus. Max Brooks, the son of Mel Brooks, made a video where he is standing outside and going, I'm Max Brooks. And he's like, I'm 47 years old. He's like, this is my dad. His dad's like behind glass. And he's like, this is Mel Brooks. He's 93 years old. He's like, if I get coronavirus, I'll be okay. If I give it to him, he's going to give it to Carl Reiner, who's going to give it to,
are they buddies again?
Dick Van Dyke. They were never not.
They
buddies.
Never stopped. I thought they kind of fell out. That's why they kind of went and did their own things. I guess it was like an agreed upon thing. Okay, we've gone.
Living their
Let's now.
Yeah.
I'll do original stuff with Steve Martin, and you do spoofs with Gene Wilder.
Well, yeah. Well, and because Carl Reiner was wanting to direct, and so like they both had to direct. But so he's like, he'll give it to Carl Reiner, who'll give it to Dick Van Dyke. He's like, then an entire generation of legends will be gone. Like that. It was a really funny video, and it was just
was it him behind the glass?
Oh yeah, it was really him, and he was it was a really funny video, and it was just a nice like piece of information again. I also recommend anybody, if they want just like information without panic, I think is the best way to put it about all this nonsense. Watch the most recent episode, which was this past Sunday, so yesterday for us as we're recording this. But the most recent episode of Last Week Tonight, he had a no audience episode, and he just talked about the thing, and he talked about like people who are going crazy overreacting. He was talking about the people who are spreading like misinformation, because he's like, people are just seeing stuff on Facebook going, oh well, if you like, it's fine if you lick another person's teeth, and like shit like that, right? And so I recommend that one as well, because it was very even keeled, and it was very like, take care of each other. Like it talked about the urgency of the situation without it being, buy all the toilet paper or you'll die.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, take it sensibly. Don't panic. I think to myself now, too, because like I'm taking the bus and stuff, and I'm like, should I be? Oh,
your body is
I'm a
wonderland.
gurgler. I can't help it.
Speaking of John Mayer, your body is a wonderland. But
not a wonderland. It's a land, all right. More like swampland.
I saw a video just to make me sad too. It was somebody did like an overhead helicopter.
I want to see a video that makes me sad.
It's never that hard to find. It's usually actually it's the happy sad one. Usually is the
it's those dodo ones, man. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like found a dog under a dead homeless man.
Yeah.
Watch him come back to life, and at the end I'm just like, Ugh.
You know what ones get you know what ones always get me are the hey stepdad, will you please adopt me?
Hey stepdad.
It was like somebody there's a bunch of these videos where basically like the birth father was out of the picture
and then he's like, yeah, I'll adopt you if you take your top off, and then she does, and he bangs the shit out of her.
Yeah, you found all the videos on Pornhub.
That's where they are.
I've never seen a video anywhere else. But but it's like those things where it's like the dad was never in the picture.
Right.
The mom remarries, and then like the girl for his birthday or something, she's like 16 years old or something like that, gives him the thing, is like, will you adopt me, like, will you be my real dad type thing. It's always very nice. The guy always,
that's the gift. You don't even get something.
I'm sure there's a tie in there or something like that, but dads never get good gifts, so like
it's true,
you know.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I would love to see one person react like that. So my gift is being legally responsible for you now, and not just being able to pawn you off on mom.
Well, no, I thought it was the kid's gift.
No, it was the gift. It was the gift.
The stepdad's gift.
Yes.
Now you can. Oh Lord, forget it.
It was great.
Shredder, paper shredder. Get out. Get a job.
Yeah.
You are. I'm already.
Yeah. Don't you make me feel like a cuckold?
Yeah, like you already technically are there.
Yeah.
But I guess they want it.
No,
like,
but this
paper,
is
like,
you are now my
dad.
Like, yeah. So
it's
it's
kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
What do we want as men, anyways? Okay, you as long as your wall lady bangs you later, who the fuck cares what gift you got?
All I know is that 2 of my best sperms have been walking around for years now, and I love them very much.
One of them's me.
Yes.
Because he blew it in me.
Yeah, it's true.
I kept it.
Yeah,
that's why I stay clinched.
It literally, because men don't have the same like internal structures
ovulation.
As a lady. Well, that too. But my guy just swam right up to your brain and just planted right in the base of the brain, and now he controls you.
Stem. Yep, that's true.
I don't know.
Thinks I do.
I don't know that that's a good enough place to like transition into what our next movie is, but it definitely gives you a sense of our last 100 episodes.
Exactly.
So our 100th episode, guys, next week.
Anniversary.
Not milestone.
I guess.
Anniversary is based on time.
With our fudged math and the weird way that you count things.
Yeah, I know. And this one's totally on me. And it doesn't make us look any better or any worse. It's just different numbers.
We have our own math here.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Math is not the universal language.
Do you think that that's what Jaden Smith was talking about when he's like, I see a math that you guys can't see? He's a listener of this podcast?
My life is done. My life has been complete. I have no reason to be on this planet anymore.
Thanks for listening,
like, why did you? I was ready. I had a gun ready for just that moment.
Yeah, it's always had one bullet in it all this time.
I'm always like, oh no, it's not now. Put the gun back. No, this is not it.
There was a great
free refills. No, that's not it.
I saw a newer episode of The Simpsons. I don't know how new it was, but it was newer. It was like in the HD realm, and it was Christoph Waltz was the voice guy, and he was like the head of like this German like lab or something like that. And so the Simpsons are in there talking to him, and then like the secretary comes in and she's like, there's a mob outside waiting for you. He instantly pulls out a gun and puts it to his head, and then she goes, a happy mob. And he's like, oh, why can't there be a single day when I don't put a gun to my head? I laughed so hard. It was a really funny episode all in all.
I know, because I watched one I don't know when it was, but I was like, it was a way newer one, and I really enjoyed it.
That's why I still record the episodes. I don't like rush to watch them, but then like when I've got nothing going on, I'll just watch a couple episodes because like they're hit and miss. Like I never find one bad. I'm like, yeah, that was fine, and then just move on to the next one.
I am waiting until my older years, if I make it that far. I'm in
We're not making it
home or whatever.
What?
What am I gonna die?
Yeah.
You can't wait 5 months. Tell me, no. I don't even know what the fuck. Just keep going.
Sorry.
What are we talking about?
100th episode.
Yeah, anniversary time.
So we picked something that was, I think, as quintessential miscast commentary as we could get. Mm-hmm. Something 80s, something Arnie, something fun.
Collateral Damage.
That's the one. No. Abigail Breslin's my daughter, and she's a zombie. Whatever. I can't.
No, that movie wasn't that bad.
I know, but
His acting was pretty good.
I know, but I just like the idea of that being the one that would be like our Miles.
I can't remember the name of it. It's killing me.
Yeah, that's the hill I die on. No, we are taking on The Running Man.
Yeah. We totally watched that movie. It was a good one too.
This must be a great podcast for you because it's all brand new to you when I bring it up again.
It always is.
Wonderful. All right, let's take a listen to the trailer.
In the year 2017, an innocent man accused of a crime has a choice: hard time or prime time.
Sensational. Perfect contestant. I want him.
He must pay or play the running man.
On your mark.
I'll be back.
Go!
The highest rated TV show in history.
Guess they want us to stay.
It's a game between life and death.
Give you a lift.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the running man. He's playing for a prize. The prize is his life.
How about the life?
The running man.
All right.
What a film.
The Running Man. We're very excited to talk about this.
We're not talking about Tom Cruise.
It was I know.
We should be, though.
Always got to run or whatever. Always
I have to watch closing. The Mummy. I keep trying. I'm on Netflix. I'm like, I see this scene where she's like on top of it. And I'm like, I love you, Tom. I can't. It's like I can't do it. No. I just can't do it.
I'd rather watch my mom in a bukkake film. I can't. You can't make me do it. But
I'm rock hard.
Yeah. But I think that's it for this one, guys.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
We will see you next week with episode 100. Don't think too hard about it. And
you let us do the thinking.
We don't
pay you to think.
You should be paying us, but you haven't. But it's fine. Buy a T-shirt.
Yeah, buy something.
Just come on. We
got any new ones?
Got 8. Not in. Our last one was the Christmas Story. Keep your kids.
Do
off the
we
pole.
have like I said? I'm like, hey, did you make us any things to make money with? Hey, great.
We've made money. Don't worry about it.
Hell yeah. What?
Yeah. It's sitting there waiting to pay bills.
Nice.
That's what it's sitting for.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But yeah, it's just sitting in a
coffee can.
in a PayPal account, ready to rock.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Pay for tickets to something sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
We're gonna buy a cocaine hooker. What? Yeah, this is falling off.
Not cocaine, just a cocaine hooker.
Yes. And we just watch her do cocaine for money.
We don't bang her. We don't do anything. No. That's how I live.
With the viruses being
what they were.
Do you really
think that's a good idea? I mean, snorting and then I throw more coke on the table.
Yeah. Why don't you shut your mouth and let me do the thinking? All right. We will see you guys next week. Very excited. The Running Man, 100 episodes. We'll see you then.
That made it sound like we're going to watch, Running Man.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.